And welcome to DCCodingGames.com. This is the definitive handbook in excelling in Manor Lords part 3. So first we were trying to get the demand and everything for our settlement up. And I've noticed that we have a bit of less variety in our marketplace, but we are good with fuel and clothing. We could do a bit of fuel going up. And then also we want to raise our army in this part because we have a good iron deposit and we've made that infinite, so we want more iron coming into this and then making all these iron slabs for our blacksmith. And we'll also need a special building for our joiner's workshop, and the only way to do that is to actually level up to level 2 on one of your settlements. You can't do it on level 1. And also we want to get our trade up, etc., make some more money out of that. And also we want to go and get another region before the Baron takes everything. And one of the regions that I was looking at because it had a good fertility was this region. So if we can take this, we'd then actually grow the fields. We'd make sure that we had barley here so that we can import it over to this region here. So the first thing first I am going to do is going to make sure that our stone church is built, because that will meet some of the demands of our residents. And then the other thing is to get some charcoal kiln. This is the upgrade that we did on our development point, and this will actually allow us to have double the amount of fuel, which would be great. We want to get more people in our housing, etc., so that we can expand our mining system and have more workers go there, and that will bring us more profit so that we can trade. And also we will want to build the manor house and then maybe another sawmill, and I'll put some malt house as well so that we can get some malt from the trade house, maybe import it, then go into the brewery to then make the beer, and that will bring another demand that people want, and that should make our settlement much more effective. So I'll do that now and I'll be back. So I've got these buildings in place at the moment. Now before we even consider building our manor, we want to get our army that we want going. So by doing this, you're not spending anything, you're just saying to the settlement, I want to build this and this and this. The reason why this is important is that when you do this, so we go and get some footmen, they're quite good balance for offense and defense, so they're quite a good one. And we might get another bowman, so having 2 bowmen and then the rest as melee would be good. And then 1 more spearman would be good for defense, and then the footmen are your middle ground people, and that makes 6 units. Now if I try to do another one, it won't do it. But once we build our manor, we'll have an elite unit. Now you can also press V if you want to bring up the army as well for a shortcut. Now once you get the elite unit, it will be added plus to your 6 unit. But if you only have, let's say, 5 units and you bring in an elite unit, then that will include your 6 and you won't be able to add another regular unit. I know it's very weird, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah, you can't actually then add that extra regular unit. So you also don't want to disband the units. Once you've figured out what you want, don't disband these units because you won't be able to actually get them back later on. Well, yes, it becomes very annoying when you try to get a new region going later, because then you don't want to disband one, because then you wouldn't be able to add it on the next one. which is annoying. So what you can do in this instance is actually hire mercenaries, and they can just be on the battlefield all the time when you get the money to do that. Because also mercenaries you will have in the field, but you can't disband them, because if you disband them then they'll go back to the mercenary pot. And also something else you want to consider about mercenaries: the Baron likes mercenaries, so he's going to try to get a lot of these. He's a sneaky bastard, so just beware that he'll reserve a lot of the mercenaries. So it is a wise idea actually to get the mercenaries early on. So let's get back to our business on constructing these buildings. I will put this up as medium, the stone church. I think this should be high so we can get some of the wood. Oh no, actually we'll do this as low. We'll do this as high. This is something that people want. And that, now we have our army, we can put that as medium, and then we'll do this as low as. Malthouse can come later because we want to get some trade going for our region wealth, and then that will be fine. Also, another thing I would want to do is get another horse for our trading, so we have plenty of those around, and I would get another hitching post here, because otherwise there won't be enough room for the horse to be there. I'm going to expand also living space on these plot and chicken. Also, you get a bit of influence by the small church when you build it. So we got 970 now, and we only need 1,000 for this one, so we're quite close to it. And when we build a manor, we should get, I believe, some influence, maybe 2. And I want to put one person there for the iron, so we start getting more iron slabs and swords, etc. Also, from the last episode, we have a ton of bodies here that haven't been buried. So we need somebody in the church to take care of that and bury them. There we are, they're bringing the bodies. I'm also going to put some goats there so that we get more hide, because we don't have enough of it with the animals. The animals are very low, and we're upgrading the hitching post there. I have put somebody in this charcoal now that's been built, so that we'll get lots of wood. We don't need anybody in the church anymore, so I've taken that out. I am going to increase people working in maybe there and the iron, so that we get quite a few iron slabs. We can go and sell some more bows, so we'll do that, and we'll export them. Now, we don't want to export too many, because if you export too many, then the global market will go, oh, we've got too much supply of these, and then the actual price will go down, which is actually quite a clever thing, and obviously that's what markets do. So we do design surplus 200, so not too many, or maybe 180, so not too many are being sold. Should be okay. Now we have the manor. So the manor has some policies as well, and we want to do strict fasting. This will be good because it will mean that we can actually then have people eat less. We'll put our approval down a bit, but that's okay. And we can also put this up to 10, which is giving away some food to the church, but this brings our influence up, so that automatically, now we've built that and we've gained some influence from that, we can get this and claim it with influence. And also we want to make sure our taxes are maybe say 5%. Oh, we'll do 7. So don't want to tax them too much. And the last time I said that when we had approval over 75, you gain 2. So if you tax it, your approval will diminish a bit, but it won't diminish that much if you're taxing about 7%. And if you're going just below 75%, you're going to be alright to keep expanding your settlement. For example, if I had it 90% approval, it's not going to change the 2 families coming in per month. That doesn't change things. Also, I'm going to get some more baggage plots here. And build that. Way, we got the region. That's great. Great. Now I wonder where. I thought they said there was a bandit camp, but I can't see it. What's all the way over there? Goodness. I'm gonna get somebody in the clay, so we have somebody doing that. Also, the granary I want to upgrade and maybe get somebody in the storehouse so that we can get some more stores going. I also would like to trade the vegetables, so because we've got quite a few of them, and we do this our desired surplus, we'll do 500 for now, so don't go below that because I don't want to sell too many, obviously. And the forager, we can add a herb garden, and I'll get somebody else going there. It might be a bit too high on the tax because it went below the 69. So if I put it as 5% tax, that should be okay. Because you want to expand this. I want to upgrade this to level 2. So our market's doing very well for clothing and fuel at the moment, so that's great. So we want to just concentrate on, at the moment, food. So we just put some chicken stock here because I never have enough eggs. So sometimes it's good to upgrade some of these plots because then you actually gain some income as well from it, and you can. But obviously, remember, when you upgrade more, then there's more demand for stuff. So you just have to bear that in mind too. Like, for example, we haven't got the tavern fully complete yet. All of these are now chicken coops and ready for the winter. I will put another one in the granary because we had some assigned people. And I think if I can assign a ox to one of these 2, then that'll be good. Means now we have 2. So we definitely need barley, and it's going to be more expensive at the moment because we don't have the development point, which we want to get next is better deals. We should have really probably done this at a later thing because I don't think this is fully, you see, gone down yet. And when it gets to 0, then it's indefinite because we have the deep mining. But potentially done the deep mining a bit too early. You might want to do the logistics first, then do the development points that you want in comparison to what the region requires, really, or is actually more lenient to. For example, this not being fertility soil, that would not be a good way to go for this settlement. But for our new one, when we get the treasury up and we can get a settlement here, this would be very good. We can't get the settlement yet because obviously we need 250. We don't have 250 in treasury yet. And I don't want to tax this region too much because I want people to move in quite fast. And in this one, we are going to do a joiner's workshop so that we can start construction on our shields. And now we have this built. We are going to do our sword first, and then we will focus on spear shields, which are these ones here, large shields. But we'll do this first. Also, in a manor, what we also want to do, we want to go to it, and we want to construct this one here, garrison tower, because that will bring our elite soldiers up to 12, but we don't have enough timber at the moment, so we are doing that. I want to see where they're chopping their trees from, which I think they can chop actually here, which would be good. And we might want to reassign this, so relocate to here. And then our forester's hut, we want to make sure that they are working in this area. So you can actually design your settlement the way you want by doing this, so that we don't want to necessarily build here. We might want to build there when they cut all the trees down. And fast forward this. And also we want to put some people into the storage. And barley, we want at least 30, let's say. 30 times 12 is 360. That'll bring our wealth down, but it means actually we start to get some approval up. Now what we want to do is trade a bit more stuff to export. If we have at least 80 sword, 36 times 2 would be 72, and that's all we need because these are the ones that are going to be using it. We're going to stop the barley now just to get some money up. We're going to establish a route for the roof tiles. And we're going to export, and we'll just say we want 60, and fast forward that. There is no more clay, so we will unassign that person, and we will demolish this. Get somebody in the iron mine, get somebody in the tavern. I'm not going to let him walk over me, so I'm going to say, okay, bring it on. Don't have to be there immediately, so we can actually get our troops together. And this is their army at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2 are full. 3, 4. We could do it. Definitely possible. You can't actually rally less than 5 people, but that is fine. We will rally these people. I'm going to assign this contract so that we get more mercenaries, because I think we really need it. I'm going for my troops then, so I'm going to have to move. Fire at will. And then move these back. Yes, sire. Attack. And move these forward. Kill them. And these can move forward. And then these can move. And these move to fire. Then they'll fire upon them. Yeah. Got them, and then we get these. So we have that location as well. These units can disband. These guys will go back, and these will disband as well. And we will upgrade to a level 3 here. So we're doing well. Clay furnace, one person can be unassigned to that because there's no point. We can get more people for the berries to get more food in. So we have 100% fuel, 100% clothing. Food still needs some. So I think one person needs to be on the saw pit there. We will sell more of vegetables. We will also probably get more housing because we want to build up our army, etc. We're going to get chicken coops and all these because we just don't have enough of them. And maybe a couple of goats too behind. Now we just need people to move into there. And to do that, I'm just going to put down the taxes for now. So we get a lot of people move in. The deforestation has killed the forest area, but we're going to put it back. This is one mistake I did initially at the start, which is not great. Clay furnace I can actually demolish because we can't use it anymore. Now we have 97% of food variety, which is good. Clothing is good too, and our fuel's very good. So that's great. We will leave it there for part 3, where we will keep expanding. We will try to get that barley in. Pain in the ass to try to get more barley in when we're importing it, but we'll hopefully get a settlement in the middle region here. We've won over this area so that they don't try to take over even more territory. They are greedy, this baron. And do keep tuned, and I'll see you for part 4.